All right. So this next one, I have no idea what it's about. It looks like a comedy. And it is from Netflix. Actually, interestingly, none of our shows, our movies today, have been from Netflix. So this is the only Netflix trailer we have today. Have you heard of this?
Nope. Makes me think of Charlie Brown.
Okay. Well, let's check it out. We have Charlie Brown here. Let's check it out. We're watching the trailer for. The Action Pack needs you. You can support Mike's After Action Reviews on our Patreon for as little as $3 a month. Every quarter, once we've made at least $200, we're going to be giving away 10% of our earnings from Patreon in a giveaway over on our Twitch, so go check that out as well. You can find all of the links for everything in the description and in the pinned comment down below. Do your part. Support the pack. The Action Pack. Good grief! Official trailer. Netflix. Okay, coming to us from Netflix. We're going to like the video. Mark was content. Mark was... See, you can tell I'm a YouTuber because I say content. No, Mark... Yep, Mark was content living in the shadow of his larger-than-life husband, Oliver. Okay, so this two gay couple here. But when Oliver unexpectedly dies, Mark's world shatters, sending him and his two best friends, Sophie and Thomas, on a soul-searching trip to Paris that reveals some hard truths they needed to face. Good grief, Mark's Levi's debut as a feature film writer and director. So, okay, so this guy... is both the main actor and the... Oh, and he's that guy's son! Wow,
yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Okay.
From Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, well, I was going to say the American Pie movies is where I know him from.
Right, yeah. Well, the dad, yeah, but they both were in the series Schitt's Creek.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's... okay, yeah, so... Now, we've talked about this before, just a disclaimer, because it's probably going to come up here. Other Mike and I are both Christians. We have our own personal beliefs about certain things like homosexuality, sex outside of marriage, things like that, okay? We're going to try to... We probably are going to talk about that a little bit at some point, but at the same time, we're going to rate this on its merits, and it looks like it's going to be some kind of drama comedy, probably. We're going to try to rate it on its merits here and not have any, bias or anything just because it's two gay guys, okay? But we've got a 2-minute and 44-second trailer. Are you ready?
Ready.
I love my awesome Support the Troops Stormtrooper mug. Do you know where you can get a mug just like this one, but different? Bottega Krua. Bottega Krua is an Italian born and raised artisan trained at the Academy of Fine Arts in Venice, Italy. Since 2010, Bottega Krua has offered unique handmade and hand-painted ceramics, pottery, and other artistic products. You can find these products at her Etsy store by following the link down below. She also takes custom orders, but they may take longer to ship because she has to make them after you order them. So, go check out Bottega Krua to get yourself an awesome mug just like this one or the ones you've been seeing behind me as this ad has been going on. Remember, guys, supporting our partners is supporting the pack, the Action Pack. Here we go.
I've been reading that the brain is like a muscle. That's why getting over a death is so hard. Because your brain has been trained to feel things for a person. When they go away, your head is still operating under the impression that it should feel those things for that person. Like muscle memory.
I think we'll hold off on the will for today.
So yeah, so you see a little bit of comedy because that was the lawyer for the will.
Or to you, I feel like I've aged a lot.
No.
Yes, your husband just died. You're allowed. My God.
Couldn't really love you anymore. You've become my ceiling.
to thank you both for this year. I would like to take us to Paris for the weekend. We all deserve some joy.
Yes, thank you. Where are we staying?
Believed you were crazy.
Okay.
This is sexy.
You believed that you loved me.
You must miss him.
It's complicated.
Yeah. Love is that way.
Okay.
You okay?
Oliver met someone else.
Ah.
You're having
So you see that it's talking about how he was married to this guy. His husband was possibly cheating on him. This makes
There's a lot of themes like that in movies.
I was gonna say this makes me think of another movie though. What was it called? With Seth Rogen. This one, 50-50. This makes me think of the 50-50 movie. So 50-50. Joseph Gordon-Levitt gets cancer, and he has a 50-50 chance of living or dying, and it's like his best friend is Seth Rogen, and deals with the fact that his friend is going to die. And then they move on from there. So very, very like heartfelt, very deep dramatic stuff, but at the same time, a little bit of comedy. I mean, it's Seth Rogen. Here we got a little bit of comedy in the beginning here, and it made me think, oh, there's probably going to be some comedy stuff with that. So, yeah, so there was an affair of some kind. So, okay, well, we'll move forward here and see
to deal
how
with
it pans
that.
out.
But I'm allowed to feel things too.
My husband officially died a year ago today. You're such a meticulous person. He left behind one hell of a mess.
Do you want to tell him where you ended up last night?
Okay.
You feel things that are inconvenient. That's okay.
Believed you were crazy.
Can I ask you to have a drink with me?
Okay.
We have been here for you. We built you the nest, and we sat on you for a year. It's time to hatch.
Okay.
We love you. This is us.
So this is a year after the husband died, so it's kind of about moving on from that. Okay.
Loving you.
Okay, good grief. Written and directed by the main actor. It's coming to us January 5th. Okay. So, again, it's two gay guys. Now, I will say this just because. So this guy is actually gay. This actor, he's a great actor, but he's actually gay. And he was like in Dracula Untold and all that stuff. Luke Evans. And then I believe is Dan Levi. Maybe Dan Levi is gay as well. But Luke Evans is actually gay. So my wife was very sad when she found that out because I mean, just look at this guy. You've seen him before in other movies?
Yeah, I've stopped thinking about making, different judgments on people, what they are. Just what they usually say what they are. So I guess I'd go with that. But
Yeah.
well, it's like some female actresses, and you're like, wow. And then you're like, what in the world?
Yes.
I will comment on it. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Levy is gay too.
Levi is gay. Okay. So okay. I mean, they're playing the kind of presenting themselves, the parts of themselves here in this movie, dealing with loss. I think this is something that we don't get a whole lot of. I thought that this was going to be a little bit more comedy, and it's not so much throughout the rest of the trailer, other than just right in the beginning when they make a little bit of a joke. I've never lost a spouse. Have I met somebody who's lost a spouse? I guess so you were a chaplain in the Army, maybe you have a little bit more to talk about as far as the grief process,
It takes a while for somebody to get over. You never get over a death. You learn to deal
Right.
with it. It's a long, drawn out process about, especially someone you cared about, and and a lot of it depends on if it was they had gotten cancer and it was a long time,
Yeah, versus
before,
something
or
sudden.
versus something sudden.
Yeah.
It's tough and stuff like that. I think there are a lot of. I've seen a lot of movies like this where they deal with the death of someone and stuff like that, and it's tough, and you have to deal with it, or I think it will eat you up inside and stuff like that, and I mean, yeah, that's one of those things that people don't really want to deal with. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I will say one thing that I really liked. So this isn't so much of a comedy thing. I like when things kind of take a little bit more of a hopeful approach. This just honestly does look really, really sad. One that I really liked was, have you seen Afterlife? It's a show on Netflix by Ricky Gervais.
No, I haven't watched that.
Yeah, so that's about Ricky Gervais, and his wife dies, and he really wasn't like a very nice person. Like, he himself was not like the nicest guy. Like, he was okay or whatever, but now he's become this terrible, almost like very mean, almost like a mean guy, because he wants to kill himself. The beginning of the show, the first episode starts with him basically figuring out how he wants to kill himself, and then because his wife's dead and he was totally destroyed by it. And then the rest of the show is him dealing with basically trying to find reasons to live, trying to find things that, well, not even him trying to find things, but like his friends and his family and people that he meets coming into his life and being like, no, there's still something left for you to do. And he watches video recordings of his wife, like messages from his wife, because she knew she was dying. She had cancer. And so she leaves him messages that say like, hey, I love you and I don't want you to, I want you to go on. I want you to find somebody else. I want you to have joy in life. So,
Right.
So yeah, I mean, if you're into, the drama, and dealing with loss and some sad movies, sometimes just watching a sad movie is actually just a nice thing. I know that, if you're in the mood for that, go check this one out. It comes out on the 7th, January 5th.
It's 5th, yeah.
I will say that Levy, I've seen, I know he's been in some good stuff, and then this Luke Evans has been in some good stuff as well. So, seems like a pretty good cast. So check that out, guys, if you're into that kind of thing. Man, I've been seeing some good stuff. All right, let's check out the comment section. Okay, so something is going to be good when even the trailer makes you cry. So this didn't make me cry, but I will say that it did make you can definitely get a sense of this is going to be a very sad story. So I lost my mother this summer unexpectedly, and she left us with such a mess, secrets and lies. She wasn't who I thought she was, and I'm still processing everything. This movie looks so good, and for me, very timely. Okay. Yeah, I imagine that when you lose someone and then you find out they're a different person. I've dealt with finding out that the people who you care about are different than you originally thought that they were in the past, and that can be something to deal with. I lost my son 13 years ago. This morning I was thinking of him, wondering about who he would be and what his life would look like if. So yeah, I'm crying, but they are good tears. Yeah, a lot of people talking about loss, looking like possibly gonna find something here for themselves in this movie, which is great. Yeah. So, awesome. Go check that out, January 5th, okay? But otherwise, we got about 40 seconds left, so I'm going to put us to intermission right now, and then we will move forward with the last trailer after these short messages. Don't forget to check me out on Twitch and join the Discord, where you can voice chat with me while I live stream, and you won't be recorded or anything on YouTube and Twitch, so that's pretty cool. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. If you like to read, you can see my after-action reports on my blog. And if you are interested, you can get some merch from my spring store. The links for everything are in the description below.